who's actually going to love this patio dining set? Is it a fit for a family that eats outside every night, or just for a couple who likes a weekend brunch under the sun? And more importantly, does the price make sense for someone who just wants a decent spot to enjoy a glass of wine without breaking the bank? Those are the three questions I keep hearing from people who are on the fence, and they are exactly the ones I'm going to answer today. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the kind of space you need. The Purple Leaf round patio dining set is built around a sizable round table that comfortably seats 4, and the overall footprint is generous enough to dominate a modest balcony or a medium-sized backyard. If you have a cramped patio that can only fit a 2-person bistro set, this will feel like trying to park a van in a compact car space. On the flip side, if your outdoor area already has a rectangular table and you're looking to switch to a more social shape that encourages conversation, the round design does a solid job of pulling everyone in. The first thing I noticed when the set arrived was the unique HPL Tabletop. HPL, or high-pressure laminate, is a material you usually see on kitchen countertops, and it's surprisingly resistant to stains, heat, and UV fading. In real life, that means a spilled marinara sauce from a pasta dinner won't leave a permanent mark, and a hot pot of chili won't warp the surface. The downside: HPL can feel a little harder under your elbows compared to a wooden top, which some people might miss if they are used to that natural give. But for anyone who worries about weather-related wear, the laminate's resilience is a practical win. Now, the frame. It's made from solid aluminum, which is a step up from the typical steel frames you see on budget sets. Aluminum doesn't rust the way steel can in humid climates, so if you live near the coast or you have a garden that's often damp, you'll appreciate the peace of mind. The frame is also lightweight enough that you can move the whole set around without recruiting a whole crew, yet sturdy enough that it won't wobble when you push a full plate of nachos across the table. The trade-off is that aluminum isn't as forgiving as steel when you hit it with a heavy pot. It can dent if you're not careful, but those dents are usually cosmetic. The chairs themselves are wrapped in PE rattan, a synthetic material that mimics the look of natural rattan, but can handle the elements better. I set the set out in a sunny spot for a month, and the weave stayed intact without the brittleness you sometimes see in cheaper faux rattan that cracks after a few weeks. The cushions are embedded, meaning they are sandwiched between the rattan frame rather than just resting on top. This design eliminates the risk of the cushion slipping off the seat when you get up quickly, and it also reduces the chance of the cushion getting drenched and staying wet after a sudden rain. The cushioning is firm enough to give support, but still plush enough for a relaxed dinner. One practical downside is that the cushions aren't removable, so if you want to store them indoors during the winter, you have to lift the entire chair. That can be a bit of a hassle compared to sets with detachable pads. From a day-to-day perspective, the set shines when you use it for the typical outdoor activities most families and couples do. I tried a weekend barbecue, a casual coffee morning, and even a late-night stargazing session with a blanket draped over the back of a chair. In each scenario, the table's surface stayed cool enough to hold a glass of iced tea without sweating, the chair stayed comfortable for long conversations, and the aluminum frame didn't creak under the weight of a fully loaded serving tray. For a family of 4 that likes to have meals outdoors a few times a week, the set feels like it can handle the routine without showing wear. But there are scenarios where the set might not be the best match. If you're a heavy load user who frequently hosts large dinner parties with 8 or more guests, you'll quickly find the 4-seat capacity limiting, and you'll have to either get an extra table or crowd the space. Also, if your budget is tight and you're only looking for an occasional weekend seat, the price point might feel a bit steep compared to a basic metal and plastic combo that would last a season. The real value here comes from the combination of a weather-resistant HPL tabletop, the rust-free aluminum frame, and the low-maintenance PE rattan, all of which add up to a set that can stay looking fresh for years, not just a couple of seasons. Another hidden trade-off involves the assembly. The set arrives in a relatively compact box, but you'll need a screwdriver and a bit of patience to line up.